And ERP systems help business to run more efficiently by connecting all the departments into one system. Instead of using separate software for sales, purchasing, and finance department, everything is managed in one place. This project uses Odoo, a popular open source ERP, to simulate how a real manufacturing company will set up and use an ERP system from scratch. Coming to the project objective parts, this project aims to give the students a real hands-on experience configuring an ERP system. Rather than just learning theory, students will actually set up Odoo modules, connect them together, and document the whole process. The sales-specific objective focus on setting up customer management, quotations, pricing rules, and invoicing with Odoo.
Glove manufacturing is a well-established producer of industrial-grade protective gloves, primarily serving both medical and manufacturing sectors. What makes their operation particularly effective is how they leverage Odoo as a fully integrated ERP system. Instead of treating processes separately, they connect procurement, multi-level bills of material, and work center tracking into one cohesive flow. This integration allows them to monitor production activities and real-time, which is crucial in a manufacturing environment where timing and cost efficiency are everything. More importantly, it enables them to perform cost volume profit analysis dynamically rather than relying on static report. As a result, GovTech doesn't just operate efficiently, they also make decisions that are directly aligned with profitability, ensuring that every operational move contributes towards better financial outcomes. The sales model of Odoo essentially acts as a backbone of GovTech's entire sales process. It covers everything from moments to a customer takes an inquiry all the way through quotation, order fulfillment, invoicing, and even payment collection. What's particularly valuable here is the level of integration. Instead of having disconnected systems, the manual handover everything is centralized within one platform. This removes the typical silos you would see between departments. So when a sale is confirmed, the information flows seamlessly to production and inventory without delay or miscommunication. That level of coordination not just improves efficiency but also ensures that the business operates as one cohesive unit rather than separate moving parts. Effective sales rely on accurate data. These companies will demonstrate Odoo partner model in action. All client profiles are stored in a centralized database and managing these records easily. The sales team ensures that every transaction is tied to correct account, which is essential for studying buying behavior and designing target sales strategies. Diving deeper into specific accounts, the customer detail information screens hold all crucial data in one place. Here, we track contact names, billing, shipping, address, and transaction histories. Maintaining these precise records directly boosts customer management efficiency and ensures smooth error-free order processing throughout the entire sales lifecycle. Look at the Odoo sales module. As outlined in our report, this centralized system handles the entire sales cycle, eliminating manual process here in the quotation view list. We can see the structural overflow at a glance. You can easily track the status of each transaction from initial draft quotation to fully confirmed sales order, ensuring smooth flow of data across the firm. The sales processing usually begins with the creation of quotation. This form serves as a formal offer of the customer. As you can see, it captures comprehensive detail including product description, quantities, and unit price. Pricing is automatically pulled from the preset pricing, guarantee consistency and accuracy before this document is sent to the client. Once customer accepts the quote, it converts into the confirmed sales order with a single click. Notice how all the information transfers seamlessly without any manual retry. This confirmation acts as a critical trigger in the system, automatically prompting the inventory module to verify product availability and prepare for fulfillment. Following order confirmation, the system automatically generates a delivery order or picking operation for the warehouse personnel. This screen guides the inventory team through receiving the goods, packing them correctly, and validating the shipment. It is a perfect example of how sales and inventory module integrate to ensure prompt customer fulfillment. After delivery is validated, the system automatically drafts the customer invoice based strictly on delivery quantities. The invoice details the product price and payment terms. Once finalized, these follow directly into the accounting module, recognize the revenue, and providing real-time finance updates without any manual data entry. To maintain profitability and competitive strategy, the module utilizes advanced pricing rules. This configuration screen allows the company to set flexible pricing computation based on cost, margin, and specific customer segments. Implementing these rules automates the appropriate discounts while ensuring pricing decisions perfectly aligns with the company's financial goals.
Coming to the inventory module part, this inventory module helps to track where every item is at all times. For example, raw materials coming in, goods being produced, and finished products going out. It is set up with warehouse location, stock routes, and reordering rules so that the system automatically knows when to restock and where everything should be stored. Warehouse operation, product setup, and integration is included under inventory module. Receipts, internal transfer, delivery orders, and manufacturing picking is under warehouse operations. Second, product setup. Storable products with real-time tracking. Second, routes. Make to order for finished goods or buy raw materials. Third, lead times and preferred storage locations configured per product. Last, integration, sales to reserve stocks or triggers manufacturing order or purchase order automatically. Purchase, receipts, update stock immediately. Manufacturing, finished goods move to inventory on completion. Last, full audit trial via stock move across all transactions.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Brian. I was responsible for designing the inventory and supply chain modules for our manufacturing ERP system. I also led the profit-driven operation planning component. In the manufacturing component, inventory is far more than a passive record. It functions as the operational backbone linking procurement, production, and sales. What you see here is a structured multi-location warehouse setup configured in Odoo. Rather than treating the warehouse as a single space, I segmented it into distinct functional zones receiving raw material storage, production, and finished goods. This zoning allows us to track stock's movement with precision across every stage of the production life cycle, giving us full visibility and control. Additionally, I implemented a make-to-order strategy for high-value items, meaning production only begins once it confirms demand. This prevents unnecessary stock build-up and keeps operation lean. To ensure light alignment between operation and finance, I configured our system to use automated inventory valuation with the FIFO costing method. This decision is particularly important. With FIFO automated, every inventory movement, whether coming from incoming or outgoing, immediately generates the corresponding accounting entry. As a result, both our cost of goods sold and inventory valuation remains accurate in real time. This eliminates the need for manual reconciliation at the end of each month, while also ensuring that our financial data reflects current market conditions as closely as possible.
Next, purchase module. This module helps to manage how the company buys raw materials from suppliers. It controls the full process from sending a request for quotation, confirming a purchase order, receiving the goods, and matching the supplier invoice before making payment. Approval workflows and three-way matching are set up to prevent errors and unauthorized spending. Purchase module consists of supplier management, procurement workflow, goods receipt and invoicing, and lastly, reporting. First, supplier management. Full supplier management profiles included contact info, payment terms, currency, and price list. Minimum order quantities and packaging configuration set per supplier. Third, preferred supplier auto-suggested on purchase orders and reorders rules. Second, procurement workflow. RFQ created manually or auto-triggered by reorder rules or make to order. RFQ sent to supplier via email to confirm as purchase order and receipt auto-generated in inventory. Goods received and invoicing. Warehouse record the actual quantities received, partial receipts supported. Quality inspection performed before goods are put away. Third, supplier invoice matched against the purchase order and the receipts posted to accounting upon approval. Lastly, reporting. Storable products with real-time tracking, routes, make to order with the finished goods or buy raw materials, lead times and preferred storage location configured per product.
In the purchasing process, the main challenge is balance, avoiding stockouts without overstocking. To address this, I set up automated procurement rules based on minimum and maximum inventory thresholds for each critical raw material. When stocks level fall below the defined minimum, the system automatically generates a request for quotation and assigns it to the appropriate supplier, taking lead times into account. This removes reliance on manual monitoring, reduces human error, and ensures that materials are replenished exactly when needed, keeping production running smoothly without interruption. Procurement is also a key area where financial risks can arise. To safeguard against this, I implemented a strict three-way matching policy. This means that payment is only approved when three elements align. The purchase order is goods received and the vendor invoice. The system effectively acts as a gatekeeper if there is a mismatch, such as being invoiced for more units than were actually received. The payment is automatically blocked. This ensures financial integrity and guarantees that the company only pays for what has physically arrived. For the profit-driven operations component, the focus shifts to monitoring costs and maintaining profitability. I use analytic accounting to track warehouse-related expenses, specifically storage fees. By assigning these costs to a dedicated budget, the system continuously monitors spending against predefined limits. If costs exceed the threshold, perhaps due to exceed inventory, the system triggers alert on the dashboard. This provides early visibility and allows management to take corrective actions before profitability is affected. Finally, we leverage this fully integrated system to run cost-volume profit simulations. Because inventory costing is updated in real time, pricing and profitability can adapt dynamically. For example, we simulated a 15% increase in raw materials costs to reflect supply chain volatility. The system immediately recalculates margins, allowing us to see the financial impact without delay. We also tested a 20% drop in sales volume, which highlighted potential break-even risks. This simulation demonstrates that the ERP system is not just a record-keeping tool, It actively supports decision making by providing predictive insights. At this point, I'll hand over to Edward for the explaining the manufacturing process. Thank you.
Next, we will move to manufacturing models. This module helps to handle everything that happens on the production floor. It uses bills of materials (BOM) to know exactly what components are needed, work centers to define where each step happens, and manufacturing orders to track program from start to finish. Once production is complete, finished goods are automatically moved into inventory and all costs are posted to the financial accounts. Manufacturing module consists of four main parts, which are work center setup, production planning, manufacturing order lifecycle, and integration. First, work center setup. Name, code, capacity, efficiency, cost per hour, and working schedule configured per center. Equipment link for maintenance, tracking, and utilization monitoring. Second, production planning. MPS sets weekly production targets based on stock levels, sales order, and forecast. MRP auto-calculates material requirements and generates replenishment recommendations. Demand forecasting uses the historical sales data to drive planning decision. Manufacturing order lifecycle create manufacturing order to bills of materials and routing auto-populated. Material availability check auto generates purchase order if stock insufficient. Component picking materials move to work center. Work order execution actual time recorded per steps. Quality control at key checkpoints. Validate the manufacturing order by finished goods moved to inventory. Lastly, actual costs posted to inventory valuation and cost of goods manufactured account. Integration. The inventory means by every material issue and finished goods receipt recorded as stock moved in real time. Purchase MRP auto generates a draft purchase orders when raw material stock is insufficient. Financial accounting, all production costs auto posted to general ledger. Lastly, sales, they confirm the sales order directly trigger manufacturing orders in make to order mode.
Now I'm going to talk about the bill of material. A bill of material, or short form mean BOM, is where all the component needed for your producing your product. It will include like the raw material, the quantity, and then the product step to make your product. In Odoo, like the image show, it helps to ensure like the correct material are used and allow the system to like calculate the accuracy like production cost. So it will like it is very important for like for later on calculation throughout like finance. Like it's a step that help uh is a step to help business to know what is the actual cost of making doing a production. Now I'm gonna explain what the work center is. A work center representing your machine or the workers that's used in like the production. For example, what's like the you will definitely like what's the required step to produce the production. In Odoo, we have shown in the picture here. There's like we have two assembly line for like the scenario company we are using, which is assembly line 1 and 2. Assembly 1 is like to manufacture the glove, which is what the scenario company is selling. And then another assembly line is where it's like process all the raw material. Like for example, in our case is rubber. we are processing like all those rubber, and then from assembly 2 it pass to assembly 1, which will like make the glove. Now I'm going to talk about manufacturer order processing. Yeah, the producing of processing is like where like how to show like what's the order process is currently. In O2, it follow like several steps. First, it will do material checking for like if to check if when you want to produce this product, if the material required in the product is available. Then it will move on. Then they will move on to like the production assembly line, all those other steps, which is the execution. When the work order is being executed, it will show like the status. Like for example, in this image, it show like in progress. And as the administrator, the administrator can actually either pause the process to stop all production, or you can either block the process to maybe like if some error is occurred. And then they also can like click on done if the actual like process of manufacturing the product is actually done. When the product is done, it will stated finish and the stated, and then it's also you will add like the count. You will add like the product counter to the inventory. Now I'm going to talk about master production scheduling. In Odoo have a automatic calculation process cost based on the material, the labor, and the overhead. It also support like the planning tool, which in the picture below show like MPS, which is master production scheduling, which help to forecast the demand, like show what demand is like maybe this month is needed, like maybe this month glove needed a lot, next month maybe less. Then it using like this tool, it will ensure the material are available for production when the demand is very high or the demand is very low, and then make sure like the material is not over like stock. Now I'm going to talk about the accounting modules in Odoo. Accounting modules is used to record all the business transaction in one system, which is like fully integrated with like the sales modules, the inventory module, and the manufacturing modules also. This means like every transaction that is made throughout the sales order, the production cost, and purchase is automatically recorded. As a result, the company can generate a real-time finance report and to make better decisions using like the accounting modules. The profit and loss statement. The profit and loss statement show whether the company is making a profit or losses. It included like the revenue from like the sales, and then the cost of the revenue from like production and inventory, and also the operating like spend, like all those are rented your manufacturing warehouse or those rented place. It also like generate a report that help manager to manage and understand like how the profitable the business is, and identify the area where cost can be reduced. For example, it shows the picture we have here. Now, balance sheet. A balance sheet shows like the financial position of the company at the specific time. It included like assets such as like your cash and your inventory, liability like payable, like, and then the equity. This report helped the company understand what is owned and what is owned. Like for example, like whether like the business is financial stable or is like is near bankruptcy. Cash flow statement. This is a cash flow statement. The cash management show how much cash move in and out of the business, which including like the operation activity like sales, expand, investment activity, and also like finance activity. This report is important because it ensures like the company to have enough cash to continue its operation. As stated picture here show like how much is like the cash actually like going, where it's going in, where it's going out, and then how much, and then there's also like the calculation of the total cash in and cash out, and then all the like, close balance also shown throughout the picture.
We successfully implemented Odoo ERP system by integrating the core modules into one system. This allows real-time data sharing across the department, which reduces error and improves the overall efficiency. On top of that, features like CVP analysis and dynamic pricing with an automatic profit alerts help company to make informed decisions focused on profitability.